Hi, so welcome back to Graveyard Explorers and our second episode on mausoleums, columbariums and catacombs. Today we're going to have a short look at mausoleums and a look at columbariums. A mausoleum and a columbarium is an above ground burial. Now, above ground burials are common where the water tables are high or where the ground is not suitable for burial. Now, there are many different ways of being buried above the ground. You have a single crypt, which is built to contain the remains of just one body.
'Cause I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me.
Then you have a companion crypt, which is built to contain two bodies, which is similar to a double-depth grave.
No, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Now, you also have a mausoleum, which is a place where more than one body is stored above ground. Normally, mausoleums are largest buildings in cemeteries where you can be buried with anyone and everyone. And then you have a family mausoleum, which is built to contain a number of bodies and which are normally used for burying one family together. I can't imagine being buried with my family. We would just be fighting all the time. Now, a family mausoleum or private mausoleum is not open to the public. Instead, it's owned by a single family and is where they can entomb their loved ones. These are often smaller than public mausoleums, however there is no limit to the size of a family and they can choose any size if money's not an issue. And a private mausoleum can be a very expensive structure to build. Now, in some mausoleums, visitors can have access to an indoor room with chairs and benches, and some of them are even climate controlled. Mausoleums without this option are usually only accessible from the outside. Now, mausoleums have been used for thousands of years, and notable mausoleums you might be familiar with include the Pyramids of Egypt, the Taj Mahal and Grant's tomb. Now, in a mausoleum, a burial chamber is either enclosed in a vault below the structure or entirely above ground. This is where the body is kept, probably in a sarcophagi or niches for interment. Now, the reason that mausoleums may not be so popular is the possibility of odours. Now, in a mausoleum, decomposition processes occurring above ground, and even if a body is embalmed, it will decompose eventually. And although this is unpleasant to think about, decomposition involves bad odours and leaking fluids. When a body is buried, the odours of decomposition are hidden away where they generally can't be smelled, but this is not necessarily the case in a mausoleum. Now, a well-maintained mausoleum will be properly constructed and ventilated so that visitors won't smell much, if anything at all. But if a mausoleum is not constructed as well and or is poorly maintained, you may notice a smell that's unpleasant, or that there's lots of air fresheners competing with the odour. Now, in some cases, fluids from decomposition can leak out of the crypt and can even be seen from the outside. Also have exploding caskets. Now, another unpleasant truth about decomposition is that the body produces gases as it decays. If it's sealed in an airtight casket, sometimes the gases can build up to the point that the casket bursts. The lid can be dislodged and it can even knock the marble off the front of the crypt. A lot of people overcome this by cremation, and for many centuries people have considered how to preserve the remains of their loved ones after cremation. Even in the modern day, the question remains as to whether ashes should be kept at home or scattered. However, there is a third option: a columbarium. We've discussed that a mausoleum is a building where people who have died are buried or honoured. Now, a columbarium is similar, but it's specifically for funerary urns. In fact, a columbarium might be part of the mausoleum. Some columbaria exist independently of other buildings, but some are built as walls inside existing structures. Now, cremation was common during the early Roman Empire. Low and middle class Roman citizens usually used these burial spaces instead of a traditional house burial. An open court was usually surrounded by brick walls with niches for the urns, and during the reign of Hadrian, columbariums were no longer used. Burials replaced them and didn't return for common use until the 20th century. Now, sometimes flowers are placed around the display window with the deceased urn. This creates an attractive area which can also add to the feeling of serenity while still being at peace with your deceased relatives. This makes having ashes stored in a display window columbarium so relaxing. The sections where the urns are stored are also called niches. These niches allow loved ones to be remembered and memorialized, and you can have inscriptions, small pictures, and place small personal items within the space along with the urn.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you, not doing well. Don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice. Not sleeping well. And I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. Even if you're gone, I won't forget you. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. And even if you're gone, I will remember. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. If I could lay down beside you, I would. There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you, not doing well. Don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I can lay down beside you, I would, I would, I would, I would. We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice, not sleeping well. And I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I can lay down beside you, I would, I would. Even if you're gone, I won't forget you. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. And even if you're gone, I will remember. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. If I could lay down beside you, I would, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would, I would.